Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Metroid Prime. Last time, we got 2 brand new items and started collecting a 3rd. We also have 1 new enemy here, Greener, basically stronger zoomer, enough said. We got our double jump and also our skateboard, by that I mean boost ball. In this part, we're going to do a very, very minor amount of backtracking here since we do have a couple of things we can get now. We also took a visit to the Artifact Temple, which is located right at the site of the impact crater. And we learned some information about the Chozo artifacts, which are this game's main source of, like, main collectible. So, oh man, I love having this double jump so much, you have no idea. I just wanted to head back in this way to show that there is, in fact, a plated beetle here, meaning what I said about this guy being relegated to non-missable status was true, because we can get a missile expansion there. Next up, I'm actually going to take the normal way through this place to get to Magmore Caverns. I know it's a weird, out-of-the-way spot to go, but I want to head back to early Magmore Caverns, not so much the way we went last time through the other tunnel into Talon Overworld that we went, because there's actually a good couple of things we can get now that we have the space jumps, so I'll meet you guys in a moment. Yeah, I should also mention a lot of the, not all, but a lot of areas that had War Wasps might have been replaced with Shriek Bats, so just keep that in mind. And I believe I mentioned this, but ever since we fought Flagra, all of the poison waters are actually all replaced with clean waters, so very, very nice thing to keep in mind there. Alright, this room, the lava lake. If you remember, I said to keep this area in mind. And if we check our description for, I believe it's, yep, a molten lake, keyword lake, lies within the tunnels of Magmore. Molten lake. Lava lake, I wonder what this area could mean. And I also said to keep it in mind. In all seriousness, you're kind of meant to discover this a bit later on, but yeah, we can break that open with missiles. And there is, in fact, an artifact here. I believe you need the space jump for that, but don't quote me on that. I feel like you might be able to do some sort of special dumb old jump to go through that, but yeah. That is the 8th of the 12th. In our case, it's the 2nd. It doesn't matter which order you get them in, and I will mention this, if you know where the artifacts are, you actually don't need to, like, go to the Artifact Temple at all. It's very much possible to get that artifact that's at the temple as your last item. I'm not kidding, like, your last item in the game, period. It's actually pretty weird that that's the case, but yeah, it's a very much doable thing. We can also just jump over the skate here. And this room, I mentioned before that there were some other things in this area here. Now, again, you'll just have to take my word on this one here. There is a secret wall there. This you're meant to get way later on, but there's actually nothing really stopping you from doing this if you just have the space jump. You're meant to come back here when you can see invisible platforms, but notice how our shots aren't really, they're kind of bouncing off some weird places. Yeah, we can just kind of stand on invisible platforms, and it's not that hard to know where these 3 are, honestly. Like, it's really not. Very, very easy missile. And you remember when I said we had 2/3 of the missiles in this area before? That's 100% of the missiles in this area. Not just this part of Magmore Caverns, this entire area I don't know why Magmore Caverns has only 3 missiles in the entire game, but it does. And again, these things drop Ultra Energies like all the time. I'm not really sure why, but they just do. That one did not drop an Ultra Energy. I'm very, very surprised. That's a bit too far away. That's fine. That's kind of the main reasons that I wanted to take this way instead of the Talon overworld way back to Phendrena Drifts. We're pretty much there. I'll just meet you guys back when I'm actually in Phendrena. I actually partially lied. I kind of partially lied because we're not all the way through with this area yet. I kind of remembered something. If you head up this way, we can now head up this way because we have the double jump now. If we scan one of these things here, that just, I believe, activates that. You'll notice that there is just kind of more to this room here. If we scan this, that activates a bridge, which we can now use to get over this way. And if we head all the way over this way, this area is really cool looking. Like, Magmore Caverns, it may be a little bit primitive, but it does have a really nice tone. Check it out, another Chozo artifact, and more Bendesium here. Very, very, very cool. Again, because there's Bendesium here, keep that in mind, because there is definitely another thing in this area. And do all the turrets respawn? Yes, of course they do. Why wouldn't these turrets just totally not respawn? Fortunately, I was gonna say I don't think we need to worry about them. We would have to worry about this one here, but I'm just gonna make a mad dash here. I'm not gonna bother with that one. Fresh from Phendrena Drifts, it's not Saturday night. It's just more of the same video you were just watching. We are back in this area because this is, in fact, the next area we need to be going to. I don't know if anything in the game really hints you at where you're supposed to be going, but if you look back on our map to where we were, pretty much everywhere is a dead end except this place. Except you notice that there's a pink door there. Pink door. I wonder where that what that might mean. I wonder. Well, now that we have our double jump, we can head over this way. And deal with more of these guys. Remember that they do kind of home in on you if you are using a charge beam, so keep that in mind. You will need missiles, or I kind of recommend using missiles for that, honestly, just because these things can be a little annoying to deal with without those. So, yeah, Sheegoths are kind of not like the most aggressive enemies, but they can just be annoying ones. We do have a new enemy here, though, which is kind of nice to talk about. Ice Parasite, not that deadly. It's more of a lizard than a parasite, but whatever. Or at least it always looked more like a lizard to me, but yeah, not that much more annoying than like some of the other enemies in this area here. I don't know, these things just never really looked parasitic to me. They always looked a lot more like lizards, probably because they have like long tails there. Points out these things are made of brimstone here, which is very nice. I remember actually when... Wait, what? Missile? Okay. I remember one of the very first gameplay trailers I saw of the Trilogy version of this game was actually this room here and like this part. So this was kind of like one of the first times where I saw the spring ball in action, which is the thing that lets you jump. I guess it's not called spring ball in this, but it's essentially that. Very minor thing, but just wanted to point that out. It is nice having the boost ball to make this a little bit faster to get up here, and the being able to flick the thing to do the jump there. And this room, off in the distance, Wave Beam. Very, very nice. That rumbling's totally not ominous of something that's going to be coming up. Oh, wait, oh, wait, oh, wait. We got some Sheegoths here, of course. These things can be kind of annoying because you are fighting some of them in groups here. And this is kind of what I meant when I said that they do have a little bit of health, like, after you think you kill them, so just kind of keep that in mind there. I do recommend trying to blast them with missiles if you can. Come on now, you're not that threatening now. This fight can be a little bit on the annoying side though, just because they do kind of have a decent chunk of health here, and you gotta kind of keep circling around to attack their weak spot, because they don't really take any damage on the front. And we pissed off the mama. Those were baby Sheegoths. This is a fully grown adult Sheegoth. Supreme Predator of the Phendrena Drifts. Sheegoths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystal on their back absorbs energy, which they can fire at prey. Sheegoths have poor stamina, and they hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. Soft vulnerability of Sheegoth is susceptible to consecutive blasts. In battle, they expel a blast of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They are also found ramming and trampling their hapless prey. These guys are annoying to fight. They are very annoying to fight. They have a lot of HP. They do have a shortness of breath here, which basically you can do one of two things. You can either use regular bombs or missiles to deal with these guys. You'll want to be using missiles here, so keep that in mind here. I like using missiles because I like keeping my distance here. I guess I could show off the bomb tactic for this here. Oops, let's not get too close to that. Yeah. Oh, that actually did it. Or no, it didn't. Never mind. He was just taunting, of course. Although I keep changing this thing's gender, like, a bunch of times, because I always kind of associated these things with females of being, like, mother-like figures, but I don't think that's actually true. They're probably just genderless alien things, but yeah, these things are not the most kind things in the world. That's doing it in, though. Not the hardest fight in the world, but it can definitely be a little bit on the annoying side. And don't worry about scanning that thing either. Kind of like the Plated Beetle, if you notice, that wasn't really a full boss fight. We'll get plenty of chances to scan that thing later on if you miss that, so keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm breaking a lot of boxes to get some missiles back, but we got our first beam upgrade. This is the Wave Beam. Also, nice slowdown there, game. I always love the frame rate dips. I always love that in games. Wave Beam. Press the plus button to switch to the Wave Beam. Use this weapon to... That's not really a great description of, like, switching weapons. It's the same as switching beams here, but only using the plus button. If you press and hold this, we now have the Wave Beam unlocked. Wave Beam is interesting. I kind of go between it and the Power Beam quite a fair bit, because they're similar yet different enough. Like, Wave Beam isn't really what I deem that much stronger, and it's slower as a fire rate. I don't think it's any stronger, really, and it is slower. The big highlight is that the Wave Beam can also home in on enemies, which is a very, very useful ability. Last time it's obviously not locked on there. It also has just in general a pretty wide rate of fire, so that's a very nice thing about the Wave Beam. So, yeah. Also, of course, now there's baby Sheegoths in this part of Phendrena Drifts. I don't believe having the Wave Beam this early unlocks a whole lot of anything. I guess there's one thing we could get with it, but it's... Actually, no, we can't even get that now that I think about it. I thought there was, but there's... The thing I'm thinking of is super, super out of the way. And would require more, like, sequence breaking to get it, and I don't really want to do that in this. I guess I could mention that this game does have quite a number of, like, sequence breaking tricks and a pretty popular speedrunning community. I know some of the tricks that people use, but I'm not really a whole lot of someone who watches speedruns a whole lot, and I usually kind of just like taking games as they are rather than breaking them for all they're worth. So yeah, it's interesting when you can know some of the tricks and know how to do them, but it's just not something I'm that interested in. So yeah. Anyways, Chozo lore time. As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, now we make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mysterious lock powered by the 12 artifacts, and fill it with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove too strong, enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life? Very deep stuff, man. Yeah, if we... Oh, shoot. Probably shouldn't have done that. That is a scan, I think. We'll get more chances to scan those later on. I think I have some of those already, but... Yeah, and again, be sure to get the ice shriek bats now while you can, because those won't be there forever, I'll just say that much. There is an area up here I would like you to keep in mind, though. Extreme heat yet again. Seen that a lot so far. And we have a new area we can go off to. I believe this is a new enemy. No, this is actually still the same scarabs that we fought before. I thought they were slightly different colored. They look slightly different colored, but it's probably just the lighting effects here. And with all that, this should take us to... yes, this room. Have some of these scanners here that we're going to want to... Or not scanners, the spinners that we're going to want to open up here. And doing so, this should release... No. Actually, I have to hit that thing to release the thing inside. If we head up this way... Doing this, we will in fact flood the area. This is only a temporary thing here. This is one time where these flicker bats can be a little bit on the annoying side, since they will fly right into this area here. You will want to head down this way, though, because there is, in fact, an energy tank in this area. Very, very nice. I don't think there's anything else in here, thankfully, so let's head out here. Oh, nice! I actually made that. I wasn't sure I was going to or not, but that's very, very convenient. Making it up here means that we pretty much don't need to do anything else in this area. And, okay, the door is back open, so keep that in mind. That, yeah, with all that being said, we have Cordite, which we can't do anything about. Store has no power. A nearby power conduit must be energized for it to open. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. Conduit radiates some heat that is invisible to the normal spectrum. Interesting. Can't really see a whole lot of it, but this area is the start of a bit of a sub-area in Phendrena Drifts. So, with all that being said... Wait, hold on. Systematics for Research Lab Hydra access. To access the Research Lab Hydra, proceed to the purple doors to the south. And... Schematics for Glacier 1, secure zone accessed. Personal bound for research area, proceed directly to checkpoint. And a save room. Which is where we will be saving and leaving this video off here. We did quite a lot of progress in this as well. Next time, we will begin the Space Pirate Research Facility. I will see you guys for that then. Peace out.